This is Alpha Leader Chunck of Meraki Revenge. Today we're going to be playing a very special episode. It's called Boldly They Rode, and it's from the Dominion Domination story arc. In fact, it's the last one from that story arc, so I suspect it might be a good one. Let's have a look at what it entails. Boldly they rode. Now that we have the aid of one of the founders, we should have no trouble convincing the Jem'hadar at Deep Space Nine to stand down and return to the Gamma Quadrant. Starfleet and the Klingon Empire are assembling a unified fleet garrison to garrison the station and repair the damage from the battle. We want you to go with the founder to negotiate the surrender of the remaining Jem'hadar. Rendezvous with a Jem'hadar ship near Deep Space Nine. You will represent the interests of the Outer Quadrant, but this should simply be a formality. Captain Kurland is headed to Deep Space Nine in the Defiant, along with the rest of the task force. Once this matter is concluded, the Klingon Empire soldiers will be allowed to recuperate and resupply at Deep Space Nine as a show of goodwill. Voice of the Gods. Yeah, as in the founders of gods. Head to Deep Space Nine to rendezvous with a Dominion ship. Deep Space Nine is located in the Alpha Quadrant. You will receive the following reward: 864 dilithium, 10,000 skill points, 12,000 expertise, and the choice of one of the following. Let's start here. Dominion Polaron dual cannons, Mark 11 is that. I'm not good with Roman numerals. On a very rare as well. No, just rare. Dominion Polaron beam array, Mark 11 rare. Or the reward that I'm interested in choosing, this one. Jem'hadar resilient shield, Mark 11 very rare ship shields. That is the last part of a 3-part set that you can get from the Dominion Domination story arc by playing its episodes. It's a 3-part space set. You can also get a 3-part ground set from this story arc as well. And I've got everything except for the shield on this character, so shall we begin? Let's see what it says about Deep Space Nine. A space station originally built by the Cardassian occupation forces in orbit of Bajor. Deep Space Nine was surrendered to Federation administration in 2369. It became one of the most important strategic posts in Starfleet after the discovery of the Bajoran wormhole, and the station was moved to the mouth of the wormhole itself. DS9 was key to the defense of the Alpha Quadrant during the Dominion War, and its commander, Benjamin Sisko, laid the groundwork that led to Bajor joining the Federation. So the Bajorans did eventually join up. And that gives me the option to either approach Deep Space Nine as a social hub, or to begin the episode at Deep Space Nine called Boldly They Rode, which is what I'm about to do. Just to show you where my ship is at the moment, it's in the Bajoran solar system. As you can see, there's Bajor over here. On the other side of my ship is Deep Space Nine, and I'm going to enter that area now. Begin episode. Boldly They Rode, from the Dominion Domination story, the very last episode in that story arc. And I can complete all my Jem'hadar stuff with this episode. Are you sure we're ready for transport? Master Chunck may beam aboard. Now, what does the mission tracker say? Speak with the Vorta. But before I do that, look where I am. On a Jem'hadar battle cruiser. That belongs to the Vorta. And he's got the founder on board with him, the one who led the war for the Dominion, the one who spent the last 30 years in a Federation prison. Anyway, speak with Aaron. Dahar Master, I see that you are ready for the next stage in our little task. You've performed adequately so far, but the Dominion's records on you are quite extensive, and you have a bit of a reputation among those of us who pay attention to such things. I hope you live up to it this time. What, you mean I didn't live up to it before? I was just adequate? Let's just get on with the mission. You're just here as a courtesy. Try not to get in the way. The founder will handle the necessary details of Kurakan's surrender. Don't let your imperial aggression get in the way. Kurakan is the leader of the Jem'hadar forces occupying Deep Space Nine. I suspect a swift resolution. Yeah, I should think so too. You really are a god. Your founder really is a god. Enough bickering. Aaron, this solid has done us a great service. We can afford to be gracious. Hail the station. Tell Loris that her god has come. Loris is the Vorta in charge of the Jem'hadar occupying the station, but she can barely control Kurakan, the leader of the Jem'hadar. That's why we need a god. Continue. At once, Founder. If you would care to do the honours to Dahar Master Chunck. Continue. Hail Deep Space Nine. I suppose I have to be in the command area for it. No seats on a Jem'hadar ship. No view screen either. They have that eyepiece for a view screen. The founder is wearing it. What are the Jem'hadar doing? Nothing important. Anyway, open hailing frequencies.
Vessel 6474, you are not part of our task group. We are not interested in anything. Founder! Please forgive my impudence. How may I serve?
You will stand down at once, Loris. Prepare your Jem'hadar for transit. We are all going home. Transport aboard this vessel immediately. Loris, signal your first to stand down.
Kurakan, this is Loris. The Founder orders you to stand down and prepare for transport.
Where did she disappear to?
The founders have turned their backs upon us. We are denied their glory. The only glory for us now is death in battle. We are already dead. We may reclaim our honor at the price of our lives.
Kurakan, you must obey. You must! Ugh, he's closed the channel.
Well, this is a fine mess you've gotten us into.
We'll see. I'm hailing the fleet.
Here. I hope you're not calling to explain that there's a problem.
There's a problem. Kurakan refuses to surrender.
The fleet is nearly there, and we're going to have a lot of casualties if we have to fight the Jem'hadar. You need to find a way to defuse this situation.
If we remove Kurakan, resistance may collapse.
There's no way to beam aboard or dock without being intercepted.
With the station security codes, it might be possible to board by spacewalking onto the hull.
I don't see any other options at this point. Good luck, and may the prophets watch over you.
Prophets? Is he Bajoran? We only have a limited supply of environmental suits. The Jem'hadar are rarely called upon to perform extravehicular activities after all. Since you are the one most familiar with the station, it makes the most sense for you to go. My Jem'hadar are warriors, not infiltrators. Your experience makes you the most appropriate candidate for the task. Why do I feel like I just got railroaded? This vessel's airlock should contain a spare extravehicular activity suit. I will have this vessel brought as close as possible to the station. When you have familiarized yourself with the suit, signal that you are ready to leave the airlock. Go to the airlock and equip an EVA suit. Well, I guess the EVA suit is in that crate. Well, I'll take it. And to equip it, I have to go to my inventory, because it was just awarded to me. And here it is. One EVA suit, but why use that one? The default one. Why not use my own? My combat spacesuit. Well, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my combat spacesuit instead of the default one they offer. Well, now I've double clicked it to equip it and it's replaced my armour. Goes inventory and let's have a look. This is my KDF combat spacesuit. Anyway, now that I've got the spacesuit, I should activate it. As you can see, I've got new controls here for the spacesuit itself. So, activate. I wonder what that third area is for. Exit airlock. Okay. Exit airlock. Here I go. Ooh, Deep Space Nine. Nice views. The station seems to have some battle damage in places as well. What does Captain James Curlin want? The Master, I'm keeping a channel linked to you in short, encrypted bursts. Try to maintain regular silence so that a Jem'hadar don't notice you. Start by activating the safety posts used by maintenance workers and turning off the external sensors in that area. There should be a console to your right. Use the console on the right to extend safety posts on the surface. Continue. Well, here I am on the surface of Deep Space Nine, right by one of its upper pylons. That's where I landed when I spacewalked in. How did I do that? And where is the Jem'hadar ship? They must have... They didn't teleport me. Ooh, metal magnetic boots. And here's the console I'm supposed to use to extend the safety posts. Where are they?
This is Curlin.
Yep, we just saw them. There's one there that extended. Okay, what does Curlander say? Good. The posts should be fully extended. You can use them to navigate the surface of the station. Head to the edge of the ring and target the post. Your suit will lock onto the magnetized hardpoint, and you can use your reaction thrusters to jump to it. The maintenance post will only be active in this area, so when you reach the end of the row you'll have to activate the next group. Use your reaction control thrusters to jump to the navigation point. Continue. Curland, I don't need to be babysitted. So what we do is, I think we select the post, which brings online the suit thruster, and then we just fly straight to it. Whee!
Come in.
Good, now target the next beacon and keep jumping along the crossover. Okay. I've done this episode before, and you can do it by walking, but it's very slow walking. And it's much quicker if you just use your reaction control thrusters. It's slow walking due to the magnetic boots. There looks to be damage around here. Probably from the battles. Anyway, let me zoom out a bit because it's a nice view and we want to capture as much of it as possible. Ooh, the platform was all the way up there. Okay, let's click on the next beacon and thruster towards it. Good. And the next one. This is going to take a while.
Here, come in.
You'll need to reroute the external sensors to keep moving. You'll need to convince the station computer that you aren't there and override the shutdown on the maintenance posts. There should be an external maintenance hatch near the processors on the level below you, to the left. Go to the maintenance hatch, which is below and to your left. That's down there, I believe. So we need to go to this navigation posts. And then we just clunkily walk over.
Here, come in.
The sensor nodes will route through various subprocessors. You'll need to align the correct subprocessors. Check the processor nodes nearby to find out the correct order. Check the nearby processor nodes and then return and align the subprocessors. Little mouthfuls. Continue. I suppose these glowy bits are the processor nodes. That will give me the correct order for the subprocessors, if I read that right. So let's go to them. I was walking on space one day in the merry, merry month of May. It is May, isn't it? Okay. Check sensor processing. Sensor filters. Okay, continue. Ah, the first one, the second one, local EM override. Now let's check the next one. Nope, can't run in space. Shift key don't work. Ooh, big gap down there. Check sensor diagnostic. Sensor flow regulator is the fourth bit of this Cardassian readout. And sensor flow control is the second bit, so it's 1, 3, 4, 2 if it's in the same order. Continue. Now let's go back to the airlock. I mean the sub-processor maintenance hatch thingy. Yeah, there's damage here from the battle. Here we are. Reroute external sensors. Set sensor manual settings. Check local data line diagnostics for filters. Go to the nearby sensor panels and check the settings. Then return to this maintenance hatch and set the manual filters here so that the patterns match. Well, I've already checked those bits and now I set manual filters. Sensor flow regulator. Was that the first one? I don't think so. I think the first one was something like EPS. I think this was that, but I can't be sure. My memory doesn't serve. Confirm setting. Configuration error. Wrong. I can just spam through these buttons until I find the right combination. It's a puzzle that I can just spam through. Error. So it's not the first, it must be the second one. There, confirm setting. Error. Ah, it's backwards. So oops, I've pressed it too many times. Ah, now sensor flow, that's the first one I think. No, it's not. Error. Start again. Error. Try again. This is going to take forever doing it this way, but it's easier than using my brain. Maybe they've changed, or maybe I should just write it down. Yeah, I'm gonna check them again. And this time I'm going to write it down on a piece of paper. Otherwise we'll be here all day. I think they wanted to make this episode tedious. Just so they've got an excuse to keep you on the hole for longer. Right, sensor filters is the first one. We call them 1, 2, 3, 4. So sensor filters is 1. Continue. Local EM override is 2. Go to the next plate. Surely the alarm would have gone off by now. Check sensor diagnostic. Sensor power regulator is 4. Continue. Sensor flow control is 2. So nowhere is there a 3. Continue. Now we go back to that plate, that maintenance hatch. Leave the process, the diagnostic processors, everything there, and go to the maintenance sub-processors to convince the station that no one's here. Nobody here but us gone. Here we are. Let's get it right this time. Set manual filters. Set sensor power regulator, which is number 4. 2, 3, 4. Confirm setting. Flow. Sensor flow control is number 2. Confirm setting. Sensor filters is 1. Confirm setting. And EM override is 2. Now head back up and along the crossover. Watch out for electrical discharges. Okay. Sensor functions rerouted, reinitializing network. Good. So now we head back up and over. Unless there's another more interesting route, which doesn't appear to be, so go to the posts. And instead of going to that one, I'll go to that one, if it will allow us to. Whee! Brave gone, boldly going. Now we go along to that one, but we've got to watch out for the electrical discharge. So I think instead of going flying to it, I'd have to walk around it. However, before we do that, I've spotted a scannable down here, and I think we'll go to the scannable first. Ooh, look at that big splodge there. I didn't notice that a moment ago. Whee! Looks like a phaser burn or something. Either that or Chief O'Brien spilled some paint 30 years ago. Some black paint. It's probably just space debris impacts. Native base known has been through major battles. What is that thing up there? It's a piece of something. It was a ship of some sort, maybe. A component. Let's zoom out and see if we can spot it better. If it will allow us to zoom out. It looks like a piece of a wing. Anyway, scan draining ore. Use my arrow keys to match the waveform. And then we fly back up to the marker. Well, that didn't work. So I suppose we wait until it deactivates, then we can walk clear of that trip hazard and then fly there. And then back up to that one. Oh, I almost thought he wasn't going to make it. Now if we walk around this way, we can avoid any unpleasantness. Oh, I just noticed another scannable all the way back up where we started. I'm going there. I'm going to go and get it. I need all the scannables on this character. Wonder, can we fly directly to it? No, because the faster option isn't it, so we have to get a bit closer. Which means we fly to that one instead. And I bet as soon as I've done this I'll find an easier way around. Why don't we come out of that door or go in that door? Why don't we just use explosives to get in? Oh look, what are those? I have no idea. There's round things. Anyway, let's scan. Trionium, is that? Now we can waste our time flying all the way back. That's one thing about this game. They do like to make full use of their maps by forcing characters to go back and forth on themselves to make damn sure we've seen everything they designed. But the effect is we've seen it all 3 or 4 times and still have to go back for a 5th look. Space debris. It's a hazard. Need to put out safety signs. Come on, Gully Warny, Chunky Wunky, pick up the pace. Just to be a strong frigging monster. And bypass that navigation post and go straight to this one. Ooh, 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 what's happening? Ooh, Klingon! And a Jem'hadar. Klingon's trying to breach the Jem'hadar perimeter, and it didn't do too well. Didn't do too well. Hey Cullen, let me have a look first before you pop up and annoy me. Holy poly. The impulse engine's still running and it's running wild. And there's this wing over there. Let's see what Kern has to say about this. You'll need to head around the wreckage and the plasma jet to get to the other side of the crossover. Leap onto the upper area to the right and loop around the ship. Be careful, there's no way to know if it will leak more radiation or explode. Well, if it's going to explode, you think the Jem'hadar would, if there's a risk of it exploding, you think the Jem'hadar would address that risk by coming and have a closer look. So we've got to go around it. And the only way around it is conveniently marked with navigation points. I mean, I don't see any other navigation points. So they must have knew that bird of prey was going to crash. Let's skip that one and see if we can go to that one. No, we can't. We can't take them two at a time. That's an impulse engine on a plasma fire.
Carlin here.
Jump now! Whoa! Whoa! Come in, are you there? Are you alright? No, no! I'm dying!
This is Carlin.
Can you hear me? Your suit readings are telling me that you're still alive. Come in, Dahar Master. I'm here. My suit's reaction thrusters have stabilized me. I'm in no danger. That's a relief. All you need to do is jump back to the station and finish crossing. You're halfway there. Watch out for damage from the crash. The Jem'hadar probably aren't too concerned with scratches and leaks. Oh, so I did make it, even though it looked like I got knocked down. So jump back down to the station. But I'm already down on the station. Well, I think it's this navigation point it wants me to go to. So I clear.
Carlin here.
Just make it across the power junctions and you're there. Assuming that the crash didn't damage the junctions, that is. Continue. Oh, I see where I've got to go. Over to that. It's a Run the Gauntlet challenge. If we wait here for a moment, we can see the bird of prey. Why aren't there half dead Klingons hanging out of it? They could still be in there alive. We should try and save them. Nah, let them die a warrior's death. Okay, we select that. Get ready to jump across. Wait for the power up to stop. And then hit the thrusters. Go! Quick fly before you become crispy fried Gorn. Whoa! Jem'hadar! Attack ship! And it can see me down there.
Carlin here.
There's a Jem'hadar ship headed your way to check out the damage from the crash. If you head to the overhang on the right side of the crossover, you can tap into the computer control junctions. You may be able to find a way to hide yourself or trick the ship's sensors. That's a big ask. Continue. So, there's that Jem'hadar ship. There it is, right above me. Woohoo! We better go over here. skip over this one down there. There's Chunck facing off with the Jem'hadar. Deep Space Nine. Go for this one. I think they would have found me by now. I'm out in the open. Override weapon targeting. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Klingons don't hide. They blow things apart. Oh no, it's one of them. So, rotate right. Rotate column 1 down. Rotate right. Done. Override. Die! 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 Klingons don't hide, we blow things apart. More! Fire torpedoes! No sense taking any more risks with debris. Continue down the side of the crossover until you're... That was distracting, we missed out on the animation. That's another problem with the game. That's why people say there's so many bugs, because half the things they do aren't seen by the character because he's facing the wrong way at the time. Mind the gap. Where am I going? Over here, I believe. So we blew up, a Klingon ship was blown up and it crash landed here. A Jem'hadar ship was blown up but there's no debris to be seen anywhere. Yes, because my torpedo fire is more efficient, it vaporized them. They can't even vaporize a bird of prey, but I can vaporize them for killing my fellow Imperials. What's through there? Nothing. Yeah, a leisurely, slow day out in space, enjoying the view. I tell you something, this station is pretty weakly defended by the Jem'hadar. I mean, you think their ships would be swarming all over it. I mean, it was a big fleet.
This is Carlin.
Try to get on the ledge above you. Oh, I need to tip that one. There it is, I can see the navigation point. Let's mind the gap. Whee! Flying. Ooh, that's a big gun. Big disruptor weapon. Ooh, Chunck's got a bit of a chunk on. He likes weapons. And now there's the next one. That's a big gun. I wonder could he rip that off and carry it around with him and blast every Jem'hadar he sees. That would be so good. And along here. Probably have to go up there. Past this grid thing. Probably need the source to pipe. I just keep panning around so we can get a good look at the views. Make the most of it while I'm here. And along to that one. Every time he hits the flight button without walking around a post, he catches his nuts on it. And along to this one. As if Gorns have nuts.
Carlin's here. Come in.
Ooh, look, there we go. Little old me right in the middle there. Little old big chunk. Get on here, he didn't say it that time. Oh, he did. But it was covered up by the cutscene. As I suspected, Karakan has raised a security field around Ops. There's no way in from the outside. You'll need to slip into the promenade and make your way to Ops from the interior. Okay. Gonna need a gun. Override security systems. So I can. Oh, I'm right under the shield emitter. Those are the things that when the Klingons attacked Deep Space Nine, that episode Where the Warrior, the fancy new flagship, the first Neva, shot them out with its big friggin' disruptor beam weapons. Disruptor particle accelerator weapons, or whatever they were. So, I've got to override that thingamajig and jump because I'm right above the promenade. The promenade's upper level. Oh, if we look over there, look at that. I'm going to have a look over there before, first of all, actually. Before I do this, I can see into the upper level of the promenade. Force field maintaining hull integrity. Force field maintaining atmospheric integrity, sir. That's a bad weakness to not be repaired. Anyway. Back to this. So how do I override it? Where's the controls? Well, the controls aren't on it. Oh, there's an arrow pointing to that force field now. Well, that look at the minimap, I can see an arrow pointing to the force field, so it must be over here somewhere. Must be this little panel here. So why isn't the panel glowing with that fiery goldy effect that interacting things always up and do? Oh, look at the Jem'hadar down there. I see you. I could snipe out 3 of you right now if that force field wasn't in the way. In fact, my disruptor could probably blast that force field and suck them all out into space. Override security protocols. So what's the music for? Enter the promenade. I remember once I actually jumped over to that force field and fell straight down into the promenade on my other character. No hurry, just walk. Lives are depending on you, but no hurry. Enter the promenade. Better put my fingers on the weapons buttons just in case. Well, let's load it all up. Yep, we're gonna kill some Jem'hadar. And then we're gonna fight the big Jem'hadar at the end, and I haven't got a very good weapon for that. Probably kill me 3 or 4 times before I get him. Maybe a lot more. But before we kill him in Ops, we gotta get there through his troops. Got to mow down to Jem'hadar. I feel the need for blood. Really? Well, I'm trying to find a hidey spot. And he didn't say, "Get in here!" Now that you made it inside, you just need to cross the habitat ring and reach the turbo lifter ops. Okay. Cross the exchange to reach the habitat ring. Stay low and watch out for Jem'hadar. The fleet will reach the station soon. You need to reach Korokan quickly. Use the station. Use the traps. Sneak. Fight. Keep an eye out for opportunities that will help you to get past his troops. Find a working turbo lift that will take you to ops. Remember to equip your armor. Yeah, that was a good reminder. So I go into my inventory. I double click my armor. Double left click my armor. And it replaces the spacesuit. I think this weapon will be enough. Polar on split beam, that means I can shoot 2 at a time. It's got critical damage and critical hit. And there's a Jem'hadar up there, and there's a scannable over there. And there's probably invisible Jem'hadar around. Plus that Jem'hadar, his eyesight must be defective. Oh. What's this? Neural neutralizer. We'll fire that off, and then we'll shoot him. Oh, grenade coming in, better run. Well, we got those 2. Ooh, invisible one. Oh, and he's set up a Houdini. Subspace mine. And he likes hand-to-hand combat. That got him. He drop kicked me. Stamp on his head now. Well, can't access the bank or the email. Not while the Jem'hadar are in charge. Oh, I see another one over there. Can I target him from here? Make it easier. Yes, I can. And he's got a friend behind him. And here comes his friend. And a grenade. Ow! Die! Yeah, you Jem'hadar ain't so tough. Where did he come from? You newly bred alpha Jem'hadar another Houdini. Yeah, those are alpha Jem'hadar bred to fight in this quadrant. And they're nowhere near as tough as their gamma counterparts. Take item. Ketracell White and Trixian Bubble Juice. Why did that Jem'hadar have Trixian Bubble Juice? And scan the trionium gas. Use the arrow keys to match the waveform. There we go. Let's zoom in a bit because I'm catching the walls. I bet there's some more Jem'hadar. Oh, hang on a minute. I just killed those 2. They're probably invisible. Well, here I am. Shoot me if you want me. Can't get out that way. Blocked off. Yep, completely blocked off. There they are. Kill them! All 3 at once. What's this do? Melee attacks go straight through personal shields. Oh, just kick over the chairs and don't bother picking them up. But let a little heal happen right before I confront these ones. Oh, he's cloaked. They've all cloaked. Bend down. Sonic Pulse. Put off some abilities. Where are they?
Enemy target.
Oh, Siamese twins. Die, die, die. Click that. Click that. A Zingy terrestrial lockbox and a minor regenerator. Now there's a working turbo lift, but if I keep going around the promenade, I might be able to kill some more Jem'hadar. Yes! All three! Grenade! Yeah, I knew it was worth killing some more because you get rewards. So let's take items. Personal shield mark. I'm not good with Roman numerals. That's a mark 12. And a scannable. Forearm particle. I wonder if there's anything in the temple. Ooh, the orb is gone. They must have took it with them during the evacuation. Where are the civilians anyway? They're supposed to be civilians who got left behind during the evacuation. Like that Ferengi bartender. The one we contacted when we were down at the Bajoran City Hathor. The one who complained that the Jem'hadar never buy any drinks. Come on, mow them down. They're always in freeze. And another freaking lockbox. Plus some Ketracel White. Ketracel White is useful for duty officer assignments. Where am I? Ooh, this should be fun. Send overload pulse to the next environmental control. Die, you Jem'hadar! Burn to death, and have some of that too. Yeah. Eat that. Oh, I don't know if I should be able to get past this. Or even if I should try, because I might catch fire. Nope, didn't catch fire. To progress in this episode, you don't have to run around the promenade like this. I just like to. And there's a walkway section that's been broken. But no buts about it, we can't get nothing to find there. And we can't get to the shipyard, can we? Ooh, there's something in there that I never noticed before. Search crates. Construction and mining explosives may be useful later. Yeah! Did they go into my inventory though? No, they didn't. So I've done two optionals. The third optional, use force field controls to Defenestrate Jem'hadar. In other words, open up a hull breach. Better hold on tight. Yeah, well, I might as well use the turbo lift to go to the upper level. The reason that shop had explosives is because they're the weapons dealers on Deep Space Nine, I suppose. Though I'm surprised they're allowed to deal weapons on the promenade. Odo would not approve. This turbo lift is locked down. You will need to use the upper level turbo lift to get the ops. That fire hurt. Is that the shipyard closed off so you can't get in there? Did I just run past another turbo lift? Yeah, I did. Whoa! Die! 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 Houdinis don't hurt Big Fat Gorn. Ooh, there's the optional. Defenestrate them. I'm gonna die here. Respawn. Ah, don't tell me I've respawned all the way back down here. Now the Jem'hadar come running after me. Heroes don't die. Heroes just respawn. Only the bad guys die. Until someone else plays the episode. Let's just go up this turbo lift. Nope, can't. It's broken, it's locked off. There's only one that works. And it's not this one. Well, it wasn't. I take so long at my episodes because I like to enjoy them. Ah, it's this one, the one before the fire. Yeah, die! Come on, defenestrate. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, let me defenestrate. And I'm down again. I don't know real proper heals on this character. I mean, if I was playing my main character, I'd blast through this easy. Oh, for Leader Chunck, not too bright. Oh, for Leader Chunck can't fight. Well, he can, but he can't heal. That's because he's a science officer, and I keep forgetting what buttons, what abilities do what. They're just so convoluted. It's not like emergency powered as shields. I'll have to learn it, give him some learning. Or give his people some learning. Why hasn't he got his people with him on this mission? Now, let's use the thingy. First thing we do, before we activate him. There we go! Yeah, get off my plane! Get off my plane or my station. Wow, that emptied out the lungs. Are they floating out there? Oh, I was hoping there'd be floating bodies out there. And there's some who just watched their friends die but never left their post. Nice. I don't know what all those abilities do, but we've got to do something, right? Try to go and bite on him. Yeah, bite him! Go and bite. This has got to be one of the best episodes. Now we could take the turbo lifter up, or we could just keep running around killing Jem'hadar for a while. Oh look, there's the wormhole through the window. The sun and the wormhole. I wonder if I can get a good screenshot by going on the inner circle bit, lining up with a damaged walkway that's fallen to pieces. Go a bit more that way. Bit of a wormhole and a bit of sun, and a damaged walkway and a screenshot. Smile! There we go. Gorns love to smile. One of those big teeth. We could go to the other level, or we could keep running around in circles until we make sure we've killed all the Jem'hadar on the promenade. And there's no scannables around. Oh, there we go, full circle. Nothing in those crates, that's odd. And nothing to use those explosives on. Right, let's see if we can get up through this turbo lift and confront Khan, Alpha of the latest batch of Alpha Jem'hadar.
As soon as the lift arrives, fire!
Oh shit! Haha! Explosives! I knew they'd come in handy. Well, I didn't, I was told. Oh! Captain Sisko's up. He's taken the Nog and Jake route. Surprise attack! There you go, have some of that, have some of that. Have some of that, have some of that, have some of that, have some of this.
Arriving, but you must still face my warriors in cold space.
What
we
coward?
shall settle this among the stars.
I didn't die. He's a coward. I'm taking a screenshot of that. Not now. Taking a screenshot. Don't you know I'm taking a screenshot? Give me a chance. Don't overexcite me. I just hope that word beam up doesn't appear in the screenshot. It shouldn't. Now we settle this among the stars. Sir, we've arrived with the rest of the fleet, but Khan and his ships are moving to engage us. He's my officer. So he's brought my ship, has he? We're ready to beam you up. Just say the word and we'll push through enemy lines and transport you aboard. Oh, that didn't work out well for the bird of prey. Beam up. Now we go into space battle. If we ever get to load the space battle. It's a really good episode, this one. Boldly they go from the Dominion Domination story arc. The final episode. The one where we get rid of the Jem'hadar once and for all. Except for those we recruit on our ship. I've got a whole officer cadre on them now. And the bridge officer. Ooh, that's a lot of lag. Emergency power the shields. Fire! Fire! Zoom out. And show off my new beam boat. Fire! Fire at will! Emergency power weapons. Yeah, let's take them on. Energy siphon. Attack! Tactical team. Oh, we've got stuff on each other's noses. Fire at will. There's another ship entering the battle. It's the Enterprise! The Enterprise is here.
Following your lead again. Take the point, Captain.
The Enterprise F.
Back you up.
An Odyssey class cruiser.
Victorious.
Not if I have anything to say about it. Emergency power shields, engineering, tactical. Keep firing. Attack Pattern Omega. Photonic fleet, science team. Any buff I've got now, keep me going. Tractor beam. Keep firing, aggravate everything. Calling fleet support. Fly, you baby, fly faster. Faster engineering powers. Beam ray. Fly out to the edge. Hang on a minute, I was escaping. I was escaping to regroup. Oh, that's a nice view of Deep Space Nine though. In battle. Don't res me back in the middle of the battle. I was on my way out of there. I was going to let the other idiots and schmucks take each other out. Why do you always target the ones behind me? What's wrong with targeting the thing directly in front of me? Yeah, have some torpedoes. Tractor beam! Keep firing! I wasn't in tactical mode, that's what it is. Forget to use tactical mode because it looks so much like a warp core. Bloody science ships. And I'm back in the middle of the battle again. So it's fire, fire at will. Tactical mode, so I can bring on my Lotus beam. Come on, shoot a target in front of me. This one. Now Lotus beam. Now blow him up with torpedoes. Why are my torpedoes not firing? There they go. Got him. Got two of that torpedo barrage. I'm not fighting very well, am I? But I think we're victorious. Well, Chunck, that was quite a furball. I'm distressed that it had to come to this. I wanted a peaceful solution. Nevertheless, we've broken Karakan's power, and the rest of the Jem'hadar should fall into line under Loris's command now. I'm transporting back to Deep Space Nine to take a look at the old girl and see what they've done to her. Please join me there. Not now. There's the Enterprise, an Odyssey class cruiser, the Enterprise F. Curlin was on board, so he's the one who's currently in command of Deep Space Nine, I think. And I said not now because I wanted to scan some particles. So I don't like hanging out with peaceful federations, especially when there's wars to be fought. I mean, why make peace when you can start a war? Peace is the human way. War is the Gorn way. If you want people to end the battle without bloodshed, don't call a Gorn. Nothing else to scan? Let's just check. No. What is that ship? Ooh, nice. Now we can beam aboard. That was fun, even if my fighting ability was pretty crap in that. Oh, that was odd. I don't want to return to Promenade. What am I supposed to do? Talk to the people. Well, first we talk to Captain James T. Kirtland. A Bajoran officer. A Bajoran Starfleet officer has finally taken command of Deep Space Nine. Not a Bajoran militia officer like Kira, although she did get a Starfleet commission towards the end. But it was more for a mission than for a permanent position. Talk to Kurland. I don't have anything for you right now. Honor the charge.
We're finally back on DS9, and it's all thanks to you. I am
honored
that you chose to assist us.
Yeah, I'm
you
great, and
bravery and forthrightness.
Who would
I
expect?
respect all that you have done to uphold the tradition of the greatest warriors of your empire. We've come full circle now. Everyone can go home. And I hope this will be the start of greater cooperation with the Federation.
I'm moving in with you. I'm moving in with you. I'm going to sleep on your couch and eat your food and leave my mess for you to clean up.
We were allies once. It could happen again. Until
He's
then,
not Bajoran.
there will be more glory and battle in your future. Still, you and your crew are always welcome here on DS9. I'll ask Hadron to keep a barrel of blood wine and quarks just for you.
Blood wine? How about something
After all
more
we've been
Gornish?
through, I would ask the prophets to watch over you, but there's an old saying about having the attention of those in high places.
Yeah, what about the Feklar? The Flakiri, or whatever they're called. Quapla Kurland. Oh, I didn't have to talk to any of the others. Oh well. That was annoying. I wanted to hail the Dominion. Report to Commander Missy Atchaby. Oh, she called me. Deep Space Nine belongs to the Federation again, and Loris, Aaron, and the remaining Jem'hadar have departed for Dominion space. The Dominion will think twice about any future military engagements with the Alpha Quadrant. While it is regrettable that you had to fight Korrikan, your daring assault on Deep Space Nine sapped his strength and gave the fleet the time they needed. I commend you for your bravery and decisive action. It has been an honor to serve with you, Dahar Master. Perhaps we will work together again. Atchaby out. You will see the following words. We've already gone through this. I want that Jem'hadar shield. There we go. Collect up wood. And I bet you any money before I even have a chance to do anything, she's going to phone me with another episode. Let's have a look at that shield. See? Told you. Somebody's phoning me with another episode. Report to Battle Group Omega! Ooh, we know who they are. Borg have been located in the Beta Quadrant. We have temporarily allied with Starfleet in order to repel the Collective. A fleet has already begun messing in the Cesta sector. I want the IKS Registry Corps to join us. Starfleet also has a fleet in the area. Although we remain at war, we have agreed to share this system to fight the greater threat. Be warned, Starfleet and the Klingon Defense Force are not the only ones with interest in the Borg. Other ships may have been sighted in the area. Romulans? Once you have joined the fleet in the Cesta sector, report to me immediately. I am stationed on the IKS Chang. That's the next episode, and I don't want to play it right now. So I'll just accept it and queue it up for next, and I don't even know if I'm going to make a video of that one. I doubt it. But still, we've got our Jem'hadar shield. And that's the final part of the set. I've now got both ground and space sets on this character. I think this is the third character I've got out of my 7 or 8 to get them. And we also got dilithium reward. And that brings this episode to a conclusion here on Deep Space Nine. A good old familiar. Shall we, before we end the video though, shall we go down to the promenade and just have a look, since my last video on the promenade was so laggy? Yeah. And life has returned to Deep Space Nine now that I've saved it. No one else can claim that I saved Deep Space Nine. Yes, they can. Everyone in the game can. They make you feel so special when you're actually nothing. But then that's what games are for. To boost your self-esteem. Maybe artificial boosting, but it's fun! Hello, security officer. Do I have any contraband to turn over? Yes, I do, so I'll begin that assignment. Do I have any prisoners to turn over? I got a crap load of them, but do they need a... I'm surprised they don't need a KDF security officer. I've got to get rid of these or I won't be able to finish my assignments. Can make room on my ship. How many more does it eat? I hope these aren't R&D prisoners. I don't even know if there is such a thing. Begin. There we go. Got more for you later, mate. My brig is full. Anyway, there we go. I don't remember seeing this kiosk. This information kiosk. Join the battle. The temple. And the shipyard's open again, and the replomat's been repaired. And the those two barrels where I got the explosion from the armourers, the weapons dealers. Looks like life is back to normal on the station. There's not even a hull breach. That was quick. They repaired that quick. Still, I'm going to Hadron's bar, and I expect free drinks for me and my officers for the rest of forever. After all, we did save his butt. There he is, that snivelling Ferengi toad. He's got nothing for me. I'll kill him later. Morn? On! Anyway, I think this is a good place to end out this episode. So this is Alpha Leader Chunck of Meraki Revenge saying Qapla'.